iFILM, London. iFILM, London.
This is Kogan Cassis for iFILM London. We're at the Sheffield MOTORPOINT Arena for This Is It. Where do we start? Kell Brook. Fantastic position Kell's in now. Mandatory for the IBF title. So you as a promoter must be ecstatic.
This was it. This was it. That was great. I mean, there was quite a lot of pressure on Kell tonight because everything has gone so perfectly and we've given him no excuses. So I knew when we were walking down here tonight, I knew he was nervous because it was like he knew that if he wasn't exceptional tonight, then he didn't do himself justice, or he wouldn't have done himself justice. So, you know, to put in a performance like that, and you know, the kid first round he hurt him bad, and then I just watched the shot that finished him. Actually, beautiful little left jab that he walked straight onto. Great performance. We're in a beautiful position now, mandatory challenger for the IBF World Title, and you know, it's going to be an interesting few months.
You said in the post-fight press conference that the only thing that can get in the way of this IBF title shot with either Bailey or Alexander is a fight, all-British fight with Khan or Hatton. How confident are you that you could even make one of these fights happen, especially the Khan fight?
Well, firstly, the fight we want is the world title fight. Now, if that's not possible in the shorter term, they could ask for a smaller extension. That fight would have to happen in the next 6 months. And, you know, if they're going to play games and wait and mess us around, we want to fight. I mean, you know, he's had two and a half rounds. So he's ready to fight again soon. I'd like him to fight in February, you know, and I talk about Brook, Khan, everyone knows the situation there. Kell wants that fight more than anything, you know. But he also wants a world title. It's what we're in the game for. It's what we've worked so hard for over the last 15 months to get in that mandatory position. So we'll see what happens tonight. And, you know, if Alexander wins, it will be a lot more difficult to get him over. If Bailey wins, we can get him over, I believe, reasonably easily. So fingers crossed for Randall Bailey. Again, we'll see how Khan gets on in December, how Hatton gets on in November. But you know, we're already talking to Asif Valley and Khan's people, and you can't ignore that fight. There's too much money involved. You know, they love a pound note. And like I said, there's just too much money. There isn't a bigger fight financially for either of those than to fight Kell Brook at the moment. I mean, obviously Khan Hatton, you know, that's going to create great revenue as well. But Khan Brook would be a barn burner. But you know, see what happens tonight, and then get onto the winners promoter and see what we can do.
Jamie McDonnell, who's I've just found out isn't actually very well, won his fight tonight against Darwin Zamora for his IBF eliminator tonight. So we hope he's all right, but there's going to be great opportunity for him next year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's in the same position. Leo Santa Cruz is the IBF world champ. I think he might even move up. You know, there's a great chance for see with Devon Alexander, because Kell Brook's not a huge name in America. The Alexander Brook fight in America might not appeal to him that much, so he may just relinquish, and you know, and then end up, you know, fighting for a vacant title, Kell Brook, and that could happen with Jamie McDonnell as well, because Santa Cruz is talking about moving up as well.
Robin Reed, Kenny Anderson tonight for the British title. What did you make of that?
It's a weird fight, wasn't it? I mean, I've had a funny feeling Robin Reed might cause him some problems, but Kenny started so slow. You know, after about 3 or 4 rounds, I was thinking, what's he doing here? I'd read ahead. You know, when the fight ended, hit him with a really nice uppercut and just finish him. Kenny punches really hard, but, you know, he's been out of the ring for a long time. I know he's had a few 4-rounders and bits and pieces, but he's waited for that shot for a long time. I think inactivity showed tonight, but he needs to improve. You know, if he wants to take on the likes of Groves and DeGale and those boys, he's got to get better. But he's British champion, so, and fair play to Robin Reed. It turned into a decent scrap. I thought he was going to do it at one stage, but he just got caught and that was game over.
Could you line up a potential fight with Rocky Fielding next year?
Yeah, I don't think Rocky's quite ready for the British title yet, although on that performance, I'd you know, Fielding against Anderson would be a good fight. You know, we're looking at a big Liverpool show in February, and you've got Paul Smith Jr. or Tony Dodson. I think would be decent opponents for Kenny, so I think that's probably the way we'll go with him, and then potentially fight Rocky Fielding in the summer for a British title. But Kenny's got to improve, and I don't think when he looks back at that performance he'll be over the moon with it. But yeah, he's a decent fighter and he can go on and improve, and you know, he's finally got the Lonsdale belt, so I'm chuffed for him.
Decent wins for Calvia Fies by stoppage the second round, and a points win for Scott Cardle tonight as well.
Yeah, Cardle, first time he's been 6 rounds, so I was really pleased with that. Tough French kid, I think he's 5-1 or 6-1. Yafai was just phenomenal. I mean, he's just such a talent at that division. You know, we're blessed to have him on the team here because he's so exciting, he punches so hard. And, you know, people got to remember the kid that he fought, he's like a 6-1 kid who's like top 15 fighter in the country, and he made him look like it was his pro debut. I mean, he was so tough, Scott Gladwin. I mean, he got up and got up and got up, but Yafai is just a beast. You know, he's a beast, and he's going to be a world champion. He's going to be a big star. I'm so excited about him. You know, all of the lads that we've got. You know, Cardle, Callum Smith, Yafai, Weaver, Ward. You know, these kids are the future, and they've just got so much experience and so much class that it's going to be a great journey.
Just a quick word on the other undercard boys. I mean, you don't promote all of them. There was Tyrone Nurse and Darren Howe. You know, how did you make of their performances tonight?
Yeah, you know, a couple of local boys on. David Howe had a move around over 4 rounds. Tyrone Nurse had a decent 8-rounder against quite an awkward fighter. Yeah, it was a good show. I mean, it was a bit earlier than normally. Normally, you know, we don't finish till about 12:30, but we had 9 fights, I think, and we're done by sort of just before 11 o'clock. So lovely. It's now 25 to 12. We're going to get in a car, head back home. Might be tucked up in bed by 2:30.
That's all right. I'm staying here tonight.
Yeah. Well.
So, I mean, what's next for you? We've got prize fighter first, isn't it, on the 3rd of November, light middleweights?
Yeah, we've got a press conference on Monday to announce the big London show. And then we've got prize fighter light middleweights on the 3rd, and then Froch on the 17th. And then the final show of the season on December the 8th. So, buzzing. I love Sheffield Arena, you know, I mean, it's such a great atmosphere again tonight. We always get a fantastic crowd. And, you know, I think when you look at the product that we're producing on TV, it's aspirational to viewers. And by that, I mean, people look at it and think, wow, that looks great, I want to be there. You know, not, where's that leisure centre, it's half full. You know, you look at that arena, you look at the production, you look at the rig, you look at the music, the lighting, people there, everything. You know, it's a quality product that we're delivering. Some nights will be better than others, but generally the look and the feel and what we're trying to deliver will be the same every time. And I think we've got a great product here. And we've just got to keep filling deep cards, and December the 8th will be a cracker.
All right, no problem. The last thing I want to say to you is I always tweet about what domestic fights people want to see. And the top 2 fights that always come up are Price and Fury and Khan and Brook. I know you can't do anything about Price and Fury, but you should make that fight happen for next year, because it'll just be the, you know, that's from iFILM, forget iFILM London, that's a boxing fan telling you that fight has to happen next year.
Well, it takes 2 to tango, you know, and unfortunately Amir Khan's got to understand that Kell Brook's a big star now, you know, and if they want to go 50-50 on that fight, we can make it happen, and everyone can make a fortune. You know, and everyone can have a great night. These are the fights we want to make, you know. And Khan against Brook is a mouth-watering fight, as is Price Fury. You know, I hope that gets made. I don't think it will, but, you know, we live in hope.
All right, just going to try and grab a word with Kell Brook, who's over there. This is Coogan Cassius with Eddie Hearn for iFILM London. Thank you very much.
Love.